Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Welcome back to Advanced Engineering. We are again with you with different question and with different method as well. In previous question we have solved all the question using cosine and sine law and using parallelogram law. In this question, three forces are acting on a body. This is our eyeball, and the three forces are acting on the eyeball: the F1, F2, and F3. The angle are given to each forces. This is phi, this is 60 degree, and we can calculate this using sine and cos theta. So first of all, let's understand the question. If F1 is 600 Newton and phi is equal to 30 degree, determine the magnitude of the resultant force acting on the eyeball and its direction measures clockwise from the positive x-axis. You know that this is our positive x-axis and it is measure clockwise, not anti-clockwise. So its direction measure clockwise from the positive x-axis. So it's mean that our resultant force would be uh, downwards from the positive x-axis, and we have to find the its angle. So first of all, we will draw its free body diagram. We will exclude completely this portion. We will eliminate the eyeball. So let's draw its axis. This is our positive axis, this is our negative x-axis, and this is our positive y-axis, and this is our negative y-axis. The force that is acting anti-clockwise from the positive x-axis is F1, having angle phi, which is given in the question, which is equal to 30 degree. Phi is equal to 30 degree, and the magnitude of F1 is equal to 600 Newton. And the second force, which is acting clockwise from the positive x-axis, is F2, which is equal to 500 Newton, having an angle of 60 degree. And the third force, which is anti-clockwise from the negative x-axis, which is F3, is equal to 450 Newton. Angles are not given. We will draw its triangle 3, 4 and 5. So we have drawn its free body diagram. Now let's find its rectangular components. Rectangular components. What does it mean by rectangular component? We will multiply the force with its angle. So summation of f of x, summation of f of x is equals to f1 of x. This is our f1 and this is our x. So the force is acting on f1 of x is 600 Newton. So 600 Newton, and the angle with x-axis is 30 degree, because we are solving the summation of f of x. So the angle with f of x is cos 30 degree. Why we did not solve it using sine theta? Because sine theta also make angle with always make an angle with y axis, and the cos theta always make an angle with x axis. So we used cos theta here. So now f, let's consider this is our summation of fx of y, f of y. So f1 of y applies that this is our f1 and it's making an angle with y axis. So 600 multiply by, as I said, we will use sine with y axis, sine, and the theta angle is same 30 degree. Now we will find f2 of x. Here is f2 and it is 500 Newton and making angle with x axis. So we will use cos and its angle is 60 degree, and the f2 of y here is f2 and making angle with 60 degree as well, and we will use sine with y-axis. So 500 Newton sine 60 degree. Two forces have completed. Now f3 of x. So how you will find the f3 of x, because the angle is not given in with the y-axis and the negative x-axis. So uh, the force is given 450, understand, and we know that the sine theta is equal to perpendicular or hypotenuse. So in this question you can see this is our perpendicular and this is our hypotenuse, and this 4 is our base. This is our base. This is our base and this is our, so we'll use cos. So cos theta is equal to brown our hairs, and the sine theta is equal to perpendicular or hypotenuse. So cos theta is equal to base our hypotenuse, it's our base 3, so it would be like that 3 divided by 5, because our base is 3 and the hypotenuse is 5. We use cos theta here, and because it's making angle with x-axis. Now we will find with f3 of y. Force is 450, and now use this sine theta is equal to perpendicular hypotenuse. This is our perpendicular, this is our hypotenuse, so it will be 4 by 5. I hope you understand. Now we will multiply 600 with its angle, 600 with its angle, and using calculator, we will use calculator to find the resultant forces. Rectangular component, 600 multiply by cos 30 degree, so it's is equal to f1 of x is equal to 519.62 Newton. Now we will find f2 of x. 500 multiplied by cos 60, which is equal to 250 Newton. f2 of x, which is equal to 250 Newton. Now if I find f3 of x using calculator, 450 multiplied by 3 by 5, which is equal to 270 Newton. Now we will find f1 of y, multiply its force with its angle, 600 multiply by 30, so its f1 of y is 300 Newton. Now will it find f2 of y. Multiply 500 with its angle sine 60, so its answer is 433.0 Newton. Now find f3 of y. Multiply 450 multiply by 4 by 5, and it's is equal to 360 Newton. Now what we will do, we will add x-axis, the forces acting on x-axis and the forces acting on y-axis. So f1 of x plus f2 of x plus f3 of x which is equal to summation of f of x. So f1 of x is equal to 519.62 Newton because it is acting positive x-axis, and f2 is also acting on positive x-axis. But this would not be plus 270, it would be minus 270 because this force were acting to the negative x-axis. That's why we will use minus 270 Newton. Now we will add, so using calculator, 250 minus 270 Newton. So our answer is 499.62 Newton, which is our summation of f of x. Now we will add summation of f of y. So f1 of y plus f2 of y plus f3 of y is equal to summation of, because this is our y axis and y axis is also perpendicular to the x axis. So putting the values of all three axes, which is equal to 300 Newton because it was acting positive, and this is f2 which will be minus 433.0, and it will also be minus 360 Newton. Now we will combine. Its answer is 493.01 Newton. So we have finally found its rectangular component. Now we will these two are our resultant forces. So these are our resultant forces. And now we will put in the formula. So I don't have a space. There is the above. How to find now resultant forces? This is our FR. So using formula FR of x square plus FR of y square. So FR of x is equal to 499, which is applies that FR is equal to 499.62 square plus, and FR of y is equals to 493.01 Newton square. Now using calculator we will find its resultant force. For 490 square plus 493 square, taking under root, which is equal to 701.91 Newton. So we have finally found the FR, which is our resultant force, using rectangular component method. So now we will find its angle phi. So at the beginning I have said that we will not use sine and cosine method. So we will use theta is equal to tangent inverse FR of y divided by FR of x. We will use this formula to find the resultant force angle. So tangent inverse, we know that our FR of y is equal to 493 93.01, and FR of x is equal to 499.62. Now using calculator we will find tangent in. First of all we will divide FR of y with FR of x, and now taking tangent inverse, so we have an angle of 44.6. So we have calculated its angle and the resultant force. So its resultant force is acting clockwise from the positive x-axis, which is at the angle of 44 degree. This is our FR having magnitude of 701.91, and its angle with x-axis is equal to 44.6. This was our answer. So this you have to keep practicing on these method. These are one of the most, this is one of the most difficult subject in engineering, so it's need practice a lot. So use in cosine. So yes, this was the answer and we have solved our question. Thank you so much for watching and understanding this question. Thank you very much. We will meet with another video.